day. So traditionally, this is the day where you focus on your physical appearance, your inner, your outer beauty, right? So that's normally what I do on my Fridays. It's like my self-care maintenance day for my physical body, which is always very exciting because I just be by myself for the entire day, which I absolutely enjoy. But the energy of Fridays always feel really good to me. And I figured since we were talking about rainbows, I was like, oh, I have rainbow earrings and they match my little rainbow tattoos. So I thought it'd be fun to wear them today. How are you feeling? Hi, Rahel. How are you? How are y'all doing? How are you feeling? How was yesterday for you? Is this in the way? I'm sorry, y'all. There we go. Yes, I did. I did. I'm actually creative directing a photo shoot for my hairstylist for today, actually, and we had to go over some things, and then she had to actually style my hair. So that was exciting and a lot of fun. I love me some rainbows too, Michelle, because rainbows are the best. They just bring about, I feel like anytime you see a rainbow, it just kind of brings a smile to your face in any form, whether it's an earring, a tattoo, or literally out in the world. It just brightens your day up in a beautiful way, and I appreciate that. Let me do this really quickly. Here we go. There you go. Perfect. Okay. I'm so excited. Today is day 13. I'm actually going to bring up the note for today as well. Let me do that now. Yes, Goddess Mo. I love the rainbows. They make me so happy. Okay, let's let the notes pull up. Um, you guys might hear the same song in the background right now. I usually have like the same song playing over and over again. Here we go. It helps me to focus because I know what to expect in the sound. It's a part of my the way my brain works. Here we go. And then I'm pulling up the activity for today too. Please let me know how you're feeling in the comments, how your week has been. We're already on Friday, so how are you guys holding up? How are you doing? The email should be going out this weekend. If you guys don't get anything by like Saturday night Eastern Standard Time, shoot me a direct message because me and Flowdesk are still trying to find compromise. So, there's that. Okay. Good morning, Christine. How are you? Yes. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Opa, opa, and then um, okay. Alexa, can you pause the music? Thank you. Okay. Oh wow, I just realized my cup has a rainbow on it, and I know this. I know this. My niece got me this for my birthday. I'm aware. I just didn't realize that there's so many rainbows. I didn't realize I picked this cup up. Mm. Sometimes go to my cabinet, whatever cup is like closest, I just pick it. I mean, I love all my cups, but this one is special because Parker gave it to me, so that's my baby. Hi, Wen. How are you? Still in the Memphis cold, having trouble shaking it. Very emotional day. Lots of tears. Michelle. And I want to just preference too, like when we are tapping, when we are freeing up emotions, sometimes, depending on how deeply rooted something may have been in us, it may take us time to move through the energy and emotion. If you haven't already went to go see your doctor, I definitely suggest like just staying warm, covering the throat too as much as you can, and in your feet too. There's also this acupressure point at the ball of your foot. It's literally in between like the big toe underneath the sole of your foot. The big toe and I want to say maybe like where the middle toe is, but I don't want to show you guys my feet because that's weird. But like this is the bottom of the foot. It's this part of the bottom of the foot, and you're supposed to put your thumb there and then the other fingers on the other side. And when you press and you take a nice deep inhale, it's called your life force point, and it's supposed to recharge and reboot all of your energy. It is a technique from Donna Eden. So maybe look up Life Force Point and Donna Eden and see. But essentially, you do that here. You put your thumb here, and it's at the bottom of the foot, and you press it, and you take a nice deep inhale, pulling in. And as you're pulling in, you're squeezing. Not too hard, obviously. It's never to hurt yourself. But you're squeezing as you're pulling up, and you're inhaling. And on that exhale, you slowly release. And you do that like 2 or 3 times. It's supposed to help to reset the body. It helps, or at least I've had it help for me. I've done it on my nephew when he wasn't feeling too good, or Parker. It's a really wonderful acupressure technique that you can use to kind of help you reset your body or get your body to jump into resetting itself. So maybe try that out. Yeah, I know, and sometimes I forget, and I'm just like, girl, yeah, like, yeah, you could do this. And during my yoga routine is normally when I do it. When I do certain poses, I'll like breathe into the life force point, and it helps a lot to balance out your energy because you are doing a lot of energy work, and your body's probably getting used to it. Of like, ooh, okay, we've been doing this for 2 weeks now. Like, wow, you're really serious about this, and it's going to get these things up, right? Sometimes getting a cold and getting like physically sick is another sign that like the energy is moving in the body because it's pushing out what's been kind of sitting within us for such a long time. Okay, but please keep me posted, Michelle. Okay, I want to make sure that you are okay. And then of course anything that you're taking internally, like just check in with your health professionals. But that has helped me, and that's actually something that I did too alongside the teas and things like that. I haven't made my citrus tea yet, which I need to make because that always works. And my oil of oregano. Honestly, I'm afraid to take it because I don't have it with I don't have it with bone broth, and on its own, y'all, it's like I don't feel 100%. And yesterday I didn't feel great either. And the day before that, it was like but like I was just not ready. It works, but oh my god, it's just so painful. So I was avoiding it. So there's that. Okay, let's get into it. Today is day 13, and the theme of day 13 is make all your wishes come true. This is part manifestation, part a good time, really using gratitude to help you act as if. So I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the manifestation technique, act as if. And it's essentially what kids do all the time. Again, kids literally, they just understand how life works in ways that we don't always realize. But essentially, act as if is, okay, if I want to be.
This is a reminder to ask for love donations
Oh,
and meditate.
it worked! Alexa, thank you.
My pleasure. Just doing my job.
Alexa, you can stop the alarm. Y'all, it worked! Thank you, Wen! Because I definitely forgot. This is so sad. Okay, here's a reminder. Shout out to Alexa. Thank you, Wen, for the idea yesterday. If you can, if you have the ability to do so, I would lovingly accept any love donations that you send my way, and you can send it through Insight Timer, and I will leave alternative methods here. And then for people that are outside of the country, I am working on opening up another account because my bank here does not. I don't know. It doesn't. It's not, I don't know. We had a whole moment. But I'm going to be opening up another account so that way if you want to do like an e-transfer, you'll be able to do so hopefully sometime next week, okay? So until then, I'm just going to do this so that you guys have some other options because I know a lot of you guys have DM me asking for alternative ways so that I'm able to get 100% of it, which I deeply appreciate and is literally so kind because y'all don't have to do that and I don't take that for granted at all. So I'm going to do this right now, so that you guys can do whatever feels best for you. And I mean, how cool was that? That was so cool. I like thoroughly enjoyed that. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then here we go. Okay. So there's some alternatives for those that can. Good morning, Pamela. Hi. How are you? I know. Alexa did, like, we're all celebrating in the comments. Yes, yes. Finger snaps. We love it. We love it. That is so funny. Tina, thank you for that one. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I love doing fresh lemon, and I usually do lemon, lime, grapefruit, and orange. I do all the citrus family and like literally squeeze the juice in, and I also put the peels in too because that's what the essential oils are. And then I add the honey, the ginger, and cinnamon and rosemary. It kind of sounds intense, but it's really refreshing. You can also add mint in there if you want to too. But it helps to open up the chest and get the energy moving. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. I got so excited. I almost got distracted by what I was saying. Okay. Act as if it is the practice of saying, in this moment, it is already happening for me. Okay. And the reason why you do it is to help your energy align with what you want to call in. To help your energy align with what you want to call in. I'm very tongue tied today. And when you do that, it aligns you energetically because the truth is, you have to. Okay, I'm gonna go over something really quickly with you guys, but I'm not gonna go into too much detail because it will take up time. But I promise you that we will have another like 21-day commitment coming up later on in the summer to focus in on this exactly. Okay, so essentially using the it's called the Creative Chakra Code, and it's something that I actually created myself in hopes to help people who are multi-talented and multifaceted to understand when it's time for them to bring something to life, but for the sake of teaching you about acting as if. So the way it works is that when you're receiving energy, you're receiving a divine download through the crown chakra first, right? And that's just the awareness that something is possible for you. It's just like, oh wow, this idea came to my mind, and it would be kind of cool if that happened, right? Then as you kind of sit with that energy and that idea more, you begin to see it in your third eye. You begin to envision it and, call it into existence by being able to see it. Can you see it in detail? And again, we go into more detail during like the masterclass that I have, but you have to be able to see it as if you can see me right now, right? That's the type of clear vision you need to bring something to life. And then from there, you go to the throat. Can you express and communicate this confidently? Can you share this idea to the point where other people hear it and they too are also able to see it and believe in it, right? Then you go to the heart. It is heart led work. It is going to expand love. It's going to help you to receive love. Are you going to love doing it, right? Then you go to the solar plexus. Do you feel confident enough in yourself and your skill set to bring this to life? If no one else likes this idea, can you still stand alone with it, right? Then you go to the sacral. This is where it governs all of our relationships. Can you call in the money that you would need to bring this to life physically? The relationships that you would need, the community that you would need that would benefit from it, that would help to share this idea, right? And then you have it in your root chakra, and that's when you start doing the physical things to bring it to life. That's when you create like the logo or any type of artwork. That's when you go and get the LLC and all these things like that. It's when you get to the root. Because quite often we get an amazing idea and then we jump to the root and then we wonder why things fall apart or why things are not working out in our favor. And it's because we just had an idea. Like that's one part of it, and it's a big part of it, but it's not the only part of it. You want to be able to see it, you want to be able to express it and communicate it, you want to be able to feel it, you want to be able to stand by it, cultivate community, and also the relationships needed to have it be abundant for you in whatever way that means. And then you want to be able to bring it physically to life. It takes time, right? The same way that it takes time to create a human being. It doesn't just, it's not once the seed and the sperm meet, then all of a sudden the baby's here in full form. It takes time to develop it, but that's also how you have longevity. And a lot of times with multi-talented and multifaceted creative beings and spiritual beings like we are, we have so many ideas and we don't know what goes next. When you go through that process, you'll know which one is ready because you'll be able to get through all 7 primary chakras. So that's the creative chakra code. But I wanted to give you that because a lot of times when we're acting as if, we need to be able to have the idea and be able to see it, right? Be able to express it to ourselves and then be able to feel it in our hearts because it's the feeling that brings about the reality. So if we feel like things are not going to go our way, if we feel like things are going to be a bad day, we are already calling that into reality. That's like a streamlined highway. It's just right there, and then all of a sudden we're having these bad feelings and we're like, up, see, I told you it was gonna be a bad day because I knew it. I felt it. No, you felt it and then it became it, right? So today with Make All Your Wishes Come True, the goal is for you to feel through the meditation, feel through the EFT tapping, that the dreams, the desires, the wishes that you really want can come true. To be able to cultivate the sight to see them, to know that it's a divine calling, to utilize your heart, to be able to express it to yourself. Because a lot of times we can't even express our own desires to us. If someone was to ask you right now what it is that you desire, could you be able to do it in great detail? Most times we can't, but we can tell you what we don't want. And that's good because it helps us. Contrast helps us to get clear, but we never take that second step with contrast. We always stay with the what I don't want, but we don't talk about, well, what does that mean for what you do want? Is it the direct opposite? Is it, a variation of this thing? Those are the times that we need to sit with ourselves and see what it is that we desire, what we want, so that we can move forward effectively. Right? Let me know if that makes sense. Um, Looking forward to the master classes. I struggle to action any one of my myriad of ideas, so they all end up in a pile of dead dreams. Yes, this is going to help you. It's going to help you. We'll literally have meditations for each chakra to help you be able to call it in, and almost like, so you have like a cleansing meditation that's going to cleanse out the chakras to make sure that there's no disharmony between them, because they need to all work together in order for that to work. And then you'll also get one for each one that's going to help you bring to life that idea, and you'll know. And I'm at the point now, I've been doing this practice for a few years now. And I always, whatever it is that I'm teaching or I'm sharing with y'all, I have been living it for a while before I share it. I don't just get the idea and go with it because I want to make sure that it works, that there's some type of success to it. But now I'm at the point where if I have an idea, I can go through and see where it stops. And let's say I get to the throat, but I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I'm ready to share this with anybody. I know that it's not ready, right? It's not ready to come to fruition. If I get to the heart and I'm like, you know what? This would be really cool, but I don't think my heart is in it. Like, I don't know if I would really enjoy doing this. Then I know it's not ready, right? It's a seed planted, and I can always come back to that idea later on. But then I can go to that next idea and go through it again and see which one is ready to get to the root. Which one is ready? And it really does help you. So yeah, we'll have that later on. Yes, I'm ready for that class. I'm so excited. Yes, I was thinking about it because we were talking about the 7 spiritual laws, and I have a class on that too, but they all go hand in hand. So what I'm looking at doing it is a 21-day experience that we'll just kind of do it on Insight Timer as well, and we'll go over the 7 spiritual laws, we'll go over the 7 primary chakras, and then we'll go over the creative chakra code. And each week you'll be able to build on it. So by the time we get to the process of using the code, you really understand how to use all the energy around you to your benefit. So that's, again, I'm at the space where I can express it and I feel it, right? I can stand by it. And I guess now I'm at the sacral where I'm calling in the community to let you guys know this is going to be something that we'll be experiencing together later on this year. Okay? Caroline, this is helpful because I'm writing a book, finished the first draft, but struggling to deal with all the editing and organization. Yeah. And also, too, you could probably use a break. You just did a lot of work. Maybe this is an invitation for you to play more, right? And maybe play more as in like going back to that vision and really flushing it out and seeing it, right? Because to edit and to organize, you need to have very clear vision as to what it is that you're editing, what it is that you need to organize. You need to be able to see it in the mind's eye before you can then express it, right? Makes so much sense. Amy, I'm so happy. Tina, oh my God, I know what you mean now. I felt this in my body. Exactly. I think it's something that we do intuitively, but I do think because of the world that we live in, it's kind of like frowned upon in a way. It's almost like you're taught the minute you have an idea, you better go for it because someone else has that idea. And if you don't get it out there first, you're going to miss out, and it just feels like, ooh, and then you get overwhelmed. You might start looking at other people who are doing something similar and then comparing yourself. It gets really weird and nasty. And I don't think it has to be that way. I do believe that the creative process is between you and source, and then it becomes an expression to your community. And a lot of times we kind of skip over that internal work because we are so excited, right? Or sometimes so fearful that if we don't get this idea out now, it'll never come to fruition. But that is just not how things work in life. If you think about anything in nature, it takes time to bloom. And when we give ourselves that time to bloom, we actually bloom more often and more consistently. Okay? Hearing you describe this, I know that I do a variation of this with my creative work projects. If I don't have buy-in from my biz partner, maybe I haven't done enough time in visualization to be able to express it clearly to get the community needed to see it into reality. Yeah. Like how you guys are able to see this is because I've had time to sit with it for me personally for a few years. But that's not always the case with every idea. I do think the bigger the impact, the bigger the idea, the more time you might need to sit with yourself and cultivate that clarity. Because you know, especially when you get to the solar plexus, people are going to challenge you like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's not how the chakras work. And it's like, you know, I've been studying this for a very long time. You know, being able to defend your idea, being able to protect your idea is also very important. And to do so in a way where it doesn't make you bitter or make you feel like people don't see it or don't get it, but it's just to honor the fact like, this is something source gave me and I'm going to protect it. The same way you would protect a child, right? You're going to protect this thing, this idea, because you do know that there is a space for it. And it may not be the space that you're in currently. It may be a different space, right? It may be a space a few months from here. It may be where you walk into a random environment, all of a sudden it just makes sense to have this thing there. It's us opening up to the idea of how we can receive things as well, and knowing that there's not just one straight path. So I'm very excited to be able to talk about that with y'all. So I'm happy you guys are interested in it too, because it's something that I've taught to my one-on-one clients to help them call their dreams into actions. And it just helps them a lot. Okay? It makes sense, and it does get weird. It does get weird, Michelle. It gets very weird. I have quite a few unfinished creative products. Yes, Tina, some ideas are beyond what we know and evolve in the process. Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh, I can tell you guys so many stories about the things that I'm working on and how I have to put them down because I know I don't have enough um like material knowledge to continue, and I'm like, oh, I gotta live more life, you know. And when you get to that space, it's just nice to know like, oh, it's not that I'm incompetent or I don't have the skill set or I'm not passionate enough, I don't have the drive, the motivation. I simply haven't experienced life enough to be able to give this type of insight. And one idea I can say is like with my grief diaries that's coming out um, on Sunday, I'm finally dropping it. People have been asking me how I cope with grief for years because I've been losing people that I love for years. Since about 2012, I've lost important people in my life every single year. And people have asked me, like, how do you deal with the grief? And I never felt comfortable sharing it because I'm just like, I don't know, you know, and now I'm in a space after experiencing what I experienced early this year with my two losses, where I'm like, no, I'm actually in a space where I've lived enough life to share how I am showing up to grief and how grief and I have a relationship, and to be transparent in that, not to teach you anything, but to just simply have you witness how another human being moves through it. And if something resonates with you, if something inspires you, then I absolutely love that. But ultimately, this is something that I need to get off of my heart and give to the world so that I can be at peace with it. I wasn't in that headspace a few years ago, even though I was still losing people that I absolutely adored, right? It took some time. So it's just something to keep in mind if you have anything that you want to bring to life. Trust in divine timing, not in your own timing and not in this world's timing. Divine timing is always going to do it for you every single time, okay? Read a post the other day that said, I have a black belt in the martial arts. That is absolutely hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious, but also like very true. It's so true as creatives, as spiritual beings. We're just like, you know, you're dibbling, you're dabbling. I'm reading 4 books at a time. I'm in this class. I got this certification. I'm doing all these things. I'm interested in this. It's hard to know, like, do I need to narrow it down? Do I need to combine everything? Do I need to combine 2 things out of the 5 things that I'm doing? What is it that I need to do? And the hope and the goal is that you can process through there. Um, Yes. And then another thing that I created is called the Lotus Life Deck. And essentially, that's just like a digital customizable vision board that you can take anywhere with you because it's digital. But we break it down based off of every area of your life and help you to cultivate the vision to actually see and be able to feel. They have custom EFT sessions on there, guided meditations, podcast episodes that give you more understanding as to how you can call in this area of your life. And that was also something that I used too during my dark night of the soul previously to get to the life that I'm living now. I had to be able to do something manually to help me bring it to life. So using my deck, my life deck, has helped me to have this. When before I started this journey, I did use my life deck to envision this of like, well, what would it look like? What would you need to do to show up? How would you want your community to feel about you? Who do you want to call in? Like, I may not have known each one of your names, but I envisioned y'all. I envisioned us having deep conversation. I envisioned us being vulnerable. You know, I envisioned it being a safe space for me as a person, not just a practitioner, because I know that I can create safe spaces for other people, right? Like, these are things that I worked on with myself through my life deck to make it a vision. And maybe one day I'll show you guys what it looks like, but that's not the point. Essentially, I use these two things to help me call in and visualize my dream life because I always had a very hard time doing that when I was younger because I always felt like I can't see it, then, how can I feel it? And the truth is, you just gotta get better at clarifying. It usually means that if you can't envision something visually in the mind's eye to where you can feel it, it just means that you have a lot of things going on in your mind and your energy that are blocking your ability to see what it is that you really want to bring into the world. And my intention and my goal is always to make the uh, wellness journey and your spiritual journey as easeful as possible. That's really my goal. It's like I don't want y'all stressed out and overwhelmed like I was. Like if I can help you not feel that way, then I'm gonna do that. Okay. Beautiful. I'm like hummingbird going from flower to flower. I did it. Yes, yes, I get that. I get that. And I mean, it has a lot to do too with human design, but we're not going to get into that either. But like, if you guys know human design, get into it. If you haven't, please check it out. It's very insightful because some of us are meant to do multiple projects at once, and then some of us aren't. We're meant to do one thing at a time. I'm a one thing at a time kind of girl. It's in my energy chart. It says it all the time. Like, girl, stop trying to do too much because you're doing too much and you're burning yourself out. But my sister, her chart, it's like if you do one thing, you're going to lose your mind from pure boredom. You have to be doing several different things, but you also have to know that they're being woven together for this bigger experience for you to express yourself. So there's so many ways for you to get to know yourself, essentially is what I'm saying. Explore those ways because you'll realize like, oh, there's not something wrong with me. It's not that I can't complete bringing things into life. It's that maybe I'm fighting my natural urge to do these things, or maybe I'm just going against the grain in ways that I don't actually have to. Maybe I'm meant to do that. It just depends on the person and how their chart is set up, which I think is really beautiful. TJ, I see all the things I desire, sometimes too many things, it could be overwhelming. And that is why we use the system. You do one idea at a time. So that way you're not stuck up here with 1,000 ideas. Can you imagine that energetically? You have like even just 5 or 6 ideas roaming around here, and then you're seeing all of them right here all the time. Like even thinking about that gives me a headache. Like literally gives me a headache. That's just in taking it. It's you're probably overstimulated too as a creative. Overstimulation can cause you to procrastinate. It can cause you to disassociate because it's like, whoa, I can't deal with all of this right now. We're shutting it down because I can't explain it because I'm explaining 7 things at the same time, and it's going to be very hard not only for me to fully understand and feel through it, but also for me to tell other people who can help me to clarify, right? Tatiana, well, yes, yes, yes. Doing so many things, always trying to determine where my energy is best spent. Heather, yeah, exactly. This helps. It'll let you know where your energy is best spent because you'll know where it stops at. And if it's something you're like, I really want to bring this to life right now, Lo, then okay. How do we get you past the heart, though? Let's talk about it. Let's communicate with it. And that's what we do, like in one-on-one things, right? Hi, that's what we do in one-on-ones, where we'll work on that and say, okay, you feel like you're stuck at the heart. What's going on? And it could honestly be a lot of times, it's like you not completing a project has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the fact that there's something else in your life happening. So quite often when people are struggling with receiving love or experiencing self-love, they get stuck at the heart space. And it's not because of the idea itself, it's because they have an energy gap here. I can't process anything more than that, right? So maybe you might have an energy gap in your throat, and that's why you're not able to share everything as clearly as you would like to, right? This is things for us to consider because, again, this can be closed. There's nothing wrong with you. It's not even a habit that you've created. It's just simply, oh, we need to close it here. So let's do, an EFT session to, open the heart, to clear the heart, to close the energy gap. And then you'll notice that afterwards, like, oh, wow, I can now really feel into this experience. And I feel into it so much that I naturally feel confident, right? Because they do go hand in hand. You can't have one chakra out of misalignment. So it's just, chakra work is very, 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 very fun. It's very cool to learn about. And I'm actually very excited to like share what I can with you guys soon enough, okay? Yes. Ooh, how I love that. At least you're collecting nectar in the process. Michelle, that is a bar. Yes. what a sweet life you're living. When you really look at it that way, I don't know, but that really got me. That really shook me. Okay? I feel the same about not seeing it. You probably have an energy gap. And also, it could be trauma as well. There might have been a time where you wanted to bring something to life and it didn't happen the way you saw it happening, and that triggered you. Like, trauma is not just really big issues that happen in our life, like car crash, loss of a person. Trauma can literally be anything. Like, anything. It depends on the person and how they perceive life as to what is considered trauma for them. Because what might be traumatic for me might be a Tuesday for you, where you're like, oh, that's nothing, girl, right? But again, because we live two different lives, we're two different people, we can't decide whose trauma is big or bad. Trauma is just trauma, but it can be anything. And trauma is not also a negative thing, right? Like, giving birth is traumatic to the body, but usually there's a beautiful blessing afterwards of having this child, but that's still a traumatic experience. It's still trauma, right? And it's like, when we have the mindset to understand that, we're able to then move forward and look at trauma not as this negative thing that we're trying to either run from or understand, but that it's just a part of life. And that when it comes up, when we're able to recognize or witness it, then we can sit with it. Then we can decide, how do I work with you or transmute you so that I can move forward in life? Okay? Yeah, my thing is, I'd be seeing it and I'd be ready for it the next 2 seconds. But truly, the cultivation piece and preparation piece is vital. It really is. It really is. And some of us can manifest fast. Some of us, I have girlfriends that the minute they have the idea, give them like a week, if that, and it is already ready. Some of us are like that. Some of us are different. Some of us take time. Some of us take months. It all depends on who you are and how you've been taking care of yourself, how you've been cultivating your energy to call things into the world. Okay. This is bringing up human design for me. Yes, exactly, Kim. I feel like I just said human design. I don't know if you were on, but yeah, human design. You're a Manny Jen, so yes, you're supposed to do multiple things at once. But you would also need to look at your different and the lines, the different lines. It's escaping me. I haven't done human design in a while, the practice of it. But the different lines will tell you exactly what it is, because there are some Manny Gens that have a specific line where they then need to get down to one idea and bring that to life. Though they are allowed to have many ideas. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Okay, it's hard to stay focused when that happens. I cannot agree more. Yes, human design generated here. I need to be invited into that yes, no, gut check moment. Exactly, Amy. Is this something that I want to put my energy towards? Too often we don't check in with ourselves, especially if we have the people pleasing thing going on. Exactly. And then for generators too, you guys are pretty much built to do one thing at a time and do that whole thing, that one thing with your whole body, right? And quite often, because a lot of this world was built off of the abuse of generative energy, you go into the muscle habit of just getting it done because you have the energy to do so, not because you have the desire, right? In regard of trauma, I saw the post that said, you may not remember it, but your nervous system does. And so does your body. And so does your body. And so does your body. I had an experience once with my ex-partner, and he was like joking. He's kind of like did like this to me, and I was shot back to a moment with a previous partner who was violent, and I my entire body, I felt like I was back into that moment, and that's actually what triggered me to start learning about trauma more, because I was so later on, the practitioner in me was like very fascinated at how that happened, how I was here in a safe place with a person I felt safe with, but out of nowhere, because they touched a certain part of my body, I was like jolted back into an experience that was terrifying for me. And it's because the body does remember everything. And it can be through touch, it can be through something that you see, it could be through any of your primary five senses. It could be a certain scent that you smell and it brings you back to either a good moment or a bad moment. Everything is stored in the body at all times, right? I believe it as well, which is why it's important to regulate your nervous system. Exactly. And we do that every day, by the way, with meditation and EFT. This is a constant regulating your nervous system type of party every day, okay? Yes, I'm having some nerve issues in my body. Grief is trauma. It is trauma and does get stored in the body. Been through it for the past 2 to 3 years. Yes, well, hopefully the grief series provides some type of comfort for you. or just a safe space for you to witness your grief, because it does take time. And I will have an EFT on grief coming out soon that you'll be able to tap through. I was very hesitant about it because grief is something that I would prefer you to be with a practitioner when you do that. But I'm learning to trust in my community and that you guys have a healthy level of discernment to know what you can and cannot practice. So I'm gonna put it out there. But if you are able to do it with somebody or in a safe space, I prefer you do it that way because grief is heavy. And we can get lost in grief. Okay? Yes, exactly. Okay. I'm a 1-3, so I like to investigate and learn, and also like to tinker and try new methods. So I'm all about doing. Yes, I love learning how we all operate as such unique beings. Oh my goodness. Okay, so maybe we'll have some different human design later on too, because a lot of y'all are into it, and that makes me excited. Plus, I love to learn about the different profiles and what centers are active and not active and all that good stuff. So, okay. That keeps me happy. That makes me happy. All right. So essentially, for what we were talking about today, it still is an alignment of just knowing yourself enough to know what your desires are. The book is called The Magic. That's what we've been working on. And again, if you do not want to buy it, wait for this email this weekend because I always leave the link in the email for you. Okay? And it's really important for us to allow ourselves to feel through our wishes coming true. So we're going to be doing that in today's meditation and in the EFT session today, okay? And I'm very excited. So we're going to be focusing on 3 desires. And what I would love for you to do now is to take the time out to just think of 3 things. If you have the ability to write them down, you can write them down. But just 3 things that you would like to bring to life, a wish of yours that you would like to come true. Because during the meditation, you're going to need to focus on those 3 things. So I want to give you guys at least, maybe like a minute or so to bring them to fruition. And once you yourself have the 3 things you want to bring to life, leave a rainbow in the comments, okay? And then I'll know that we can move forward for the meditation itself, okay? Yes, my son always tells me it's impossible to multitask. He says we should do one thing at a time. I tell him he's mad because he can't multitask, but he's right. Depends on the person. Depends on the person. And it also depends on the type of energy that you're calling into, because that's when it gets really fascinating. Because like masculine energy, and we all have masculine and feminine energy, everybody, no matter how you identify, we both have these 2 energies that can come together or be used separately. But like masculine energy can't multitask. So if someone is in their masculine energy, it is extremely hard for them to multitask. They are an A to B, B to C, C to D type of energy. That's where the structure is. It's the container, and then there's structure to keep it going. Feminine energy is the chaos and the creativity. That's where you're like, ooh, you're going A to B, B to butterfly, butterfly to flower, flower to rainbow, then we're back to D. That's feminine energy. That's what it does, right? And it's what fills up that container, and it's also what beautifies the structure that masculine energy provides. So if someone is operating out of their masculine energy, no, they're not going to be able to multitask. And if you couple that with their human design, you might find that there's a reason why they lean towards their masculine energy more than their feminine. There's just, everybody's unique. When you understand the different levels of it and how it's all woven together, it makes a lot of sense. What is your IT community name? Okay, the IT community is this. Okay. Here we go. That is it. Do these have to be material wishes, or can they be changes you'd like to see in yourself? Honestly, a wish is a wish to me. I have no limits on what is it I wish. So that's completely up to you, H. If you want it to be maybe one of them is material, 2 of them is more like, inner work, then let that be the case too. But overall, I would love for you to trust in yourself and whatever comes up first. Even if it's kind of like, now, why would I wish for that? See where it takes you in the meditation. You never know. Okay, Michelle's ready. Nia's ready. Okay, beautiful. Let's drink some tea while you guys are doing this. Okay, Ali is ready. Give me one moment. I'm gonna just like blow my nose. And I'm trying to see if that's something I can do. Rainbow! I love it, Michelle! That is hilarious. I love that. I love that. I feel like that might have been my favorite rainbow. Okay, beautiful. We're all doing good. Okay, let me just blow my nose really quickly while you guys are getting the rest of everyone is dropping their rainbows. Okay. Okay. I am back and ready to host you in a meditation without my nose feeling a little clogged up. So that's perfect. I'm gonna hold this and we're gonna begin. Whenever you're ready, phone. Beautiful. We're all ready. Tatiana's ready. Trinity. Hi, Trinity. Hi, Sia. Heather, with the children I work. Activity. What do you wish for the world? Oh my gosh, I love that. What do you wish for the world? That's so beautiful. There's also another way you can do the 3 wishes as well for any of those, of anybody that maybe wants to switch it up a little bit. You could do one that is internal, one that's external, like something that you want materialistically, and then one for the community if you have a wish for that. You could do it that way too. You could do it all internal, you could do it all material, whatever floats your boat. Heather, that's absolutely beautiful though. I genuinely think I'm gonna have to use that with my students because I feel like they would really love that. They're really big into magic right now, which is like, that's why I love pre-K and kindergarten, because they just, you can have conversations with them about magic. They're like, yes, let's talk about it, you know? They're not trying to disprove everything. So I really appreciate that type of energy. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Thankful transformation, visualizing your dream life. This is a guided visualization and breathwork meditation. Begin by finding a comfortable seated position or allowing yourself to lay down, whatever feels best for your body. And we want to bring our attention to our spine. Do your best in whatever it is that you are physically capable of doing in this practice, first and foremost, and always. But as you focus your energy on your spine, see if you can stretch it out a bit. Stack each vertebrae on top of another. And with each inhale, breathing in, excuse me. And with each inhale, breathe into the space between each vertebrae. And notice how it's making you sit a little taller or lay a little straighter. And when you get to the nape of your neck, you can bring your shoulders up to the bottom of your ears and roll the shoulders back to the best of your ability to open the heart space and to strengthen your divine connection to source. Allow a deep inhale, breathing in through your nose, feeling your lungs expand with air, and exhale fully through your mouth, releasing any tension in the body. And we're going to take a collective inhale, breathing in deep through the nose, filling up the lungs, feeling the chest expand as we do so, the heart rise. And open mouth, exhale, release, softening into the moment, becoming present. As we breathe in again, breathing in through our nose, filling the lungs up with air, allowing the heart to lead us forward in this practice. On our exhale, we come home to the present moment and to the endless possibilities that live right here in the now. Let's begin. This is an invitation. This is an invitation for you to close your eyes or gently soften your gaze, whatever you feel safe enough to do. And bring your awareness to your breath. Feeling the dynamic rhythm through your inhalations and your exhalations. Allowing each breath to anchor you in the present moment. As you continue to breathe deeply and steadily, imagine a warm, golden light surrounding you, filling you with a sense of peace and tranquility. You may notice that your shoulders soften, or that the tension behind your eyes fades away. Maybe your tongue drops from the roof of your mouth and you create some space between your teeth. Continue to breathe in, letting this light expand within you. And with each exhale, release the stress and the worry from your mind and your body. We are now entering the present moment. Filled with endless possibilities. We are going to be connecting to our source, be it God, universe, Allah, love, whoever you call on to in your time of need. To bring these 3 wishes to life. Now bring to mind those 3 wishes, those your deepest desires. Visualize each desire clearly in your mind's eye. Imagine it as if it is already yours, it is already happening, it is already here. Because the truth is, if you can see it in your mind's eye, if you can feel it in your heart, it is already here, waiting to be accessed, waiting to be realized, waiting for you to find a moment to be so present and in your power that you can experience it even before it comes into the material world. Desire 1, wish 1. Visualize your first desire as if it's already manifested in your life. See yourself experiencing the fulfillment of this desire. Feeling the joy, excuse me. Thank you. Feeling the joy and excitement that comes with it. One second, guys. There we go. Let's do that again. Desire 1. Visualize your first desire as if it's already manifested in your life. See yourself experiencing the fulfillment of this desire. Feeling the joy and excitement that comes with it. Perhaps it's a new career opportunity, or a loving relationship, or improved health. Whatever it is that you are wishing for, hold this image in your mind and allow yourself to fully embody the emotions associated with it. I'm going to give you a few moments to do so. As you hold this desire in your awareness, repeat the magic words. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Saturating your desire with gratitude's magical power. Feel the gratitude flowing through you, amplifying the energy of this desire and drawing it closer to you with each inhale and every exhale. Desire 2. Now, shift your focus to your second desire. Visualize it with the same clarity and intensity as before, seeing yourself living the reality of this desire. Whether it's financial abundance, personal growth, or creative success, imagine it as if it's already yours. Utilize your breath to bring the ideas to life within you. Again, repeat the magic words. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Infusing this desire with gratitude's transformational energy. Feel the gratitude expanding within you, aligning your vibration with the manifestation of this desire in your life. Desire 3. Finally, bring your attention to your third desire. Envision it unfolding effortlessly and gracefully, bringing you immense joy and fulfillment. See yourself immersed in this reality, feeling the love and the abundance that surrounds you. Continue to use your breath to bring this to life, as if you are breathing it into existence. Each beautiful inhale and exhale, softening into the moment. Once more, repeat the magic words. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Allowing gratitude to work its magic on this desire as well. Feel the energy of gratitude radiating from your heart center, acting as a magnet to attract this desire into your life. Take a few moments to bask in the feelings of gratitude and abundance that fill your being. Maybe you notice that it brings a smile to your face. Maybe you notice that your heart feels so full. Or perhaps it's just that the body feels so relaxed and present in this moment. Just witness gratitude in your life. Gratitude for those beautiful desires and wishes you are bringing to existence. Know that by expressing gratitude for your desires, you are actively co-creating your reality with the universe. And that the how is not your concern. The universe, source, God, whoever you call on to, will provide the how. just as you asked, believed, and are open to receiving those desires. And if not those said desires, then something far more aligned and always for the greater good of all involved. And if it feels good for you, you can bring your hand to your heart center to close off this practice. Saying a thank you to yourself for showing up in this meditation. A thank you to your source for being with you in this moment. And a thank you to the world for being a place in which all possibilities are possible. And when you feel ready, you can gently begin to bring your awareness back to the present moment. Through wiggling your fingers and toes, slowly opening up your eyes or refocusing your gaze. Bringing your hand from your heart into your lap or by your side. And give yourself this moment to savor the feeling of gratitude that surrounds you. And as you go on about your day, carry this sense of gratitude with you. Almost like a good luck charm. Or a sweet little secret only you and the universe or source knows about. Know that you are actively manifesting your deepest desires with the power of gratitude. Trust in the process and continue to cultivate a mindset of abundance and appreciation in all areas of your life. And watch how that dream life becomes real life real soon. Thank you so much for meditating with me. Thank you so much for meditating with me. There we go. Even with the traffic in my neighbors, we still did a wonderful meditation. I'm so proud of us. What if activities? Yes, yes. In the book, she talks about this game. I want to say it's Pollyanna. Positive Pollyanna? I could be wrong. But essentially, instead of saying like what if in the sense of like what if things go wrong, what if things go right, right? And it allows you to build on that energy and that momentum of the practice. But something else I wanted to note before we jump into the EFT is that one of the best examples of acting as if and envisioning something into life is Walt Disney. Though again, him as a person may not have been the greatest. As a creator, when he was on his deathbed, and again, that's debatable depending on who you speak to, because there's a lot of Disney theorists, but he had gotten really sick, and he was talking to one of his friends, and he was like, his friend was just like, oh man, you're gonna miss out on the opening of Disneyland. Like, you're not gonna be able to ride the ride you design and do all the things. And his response was, I've been on every single ride before it was constructed. I knew exactly what the wind feels like on my face. I've been there already. Y'all are going to experience what I've been experiencing all this time. And that type of conviction is super important to highlight, because years, decades later, after this man's mysterious passing, we are still tapping into the magic of Disney, still going on those same rides, and even newer rides that were envisioned in his honor, right? So though he may not have been physically able to go on all of these rides that he had engineered and dreamed up in his mind, physically in a 3D world, he was still able to do so within his heart and within his mind. And his vision was so clear and so big that it impacted millions of people and several generations. So it's just something to keep in mind when we talk about the power of our energy and what we can cultivate and what we can bring to life. Because it's pretty much anything. And there's no limit. And the beautiful thing about the mind is that there's no budget. So as you are cultivating, envisioning, and dreaming, the universe is putting things together to make it true for you right now. And the only thing that limits it, the only thing that stops it, is the level of belief that you have in what it is that you're able to bring to life. Okay? I just wanted to put that out there. H, that was so beautifully calming. Yay! Thank you. I could not help but have a smile on my face the entire time. It does give you a bit of a smile, like, ooh, these things are coming into fruition. Wow, powerful story. Yeah, it was one of the things that really I really enjoyed about learning about him. I had went to, I want to say Disney World, because that's the one in Florida. I forget. Yeah, Disneyland is in California. But I went to the one in Florida, and there was like a study that he had there, apparently. And the tour guide was telling us about the entire thing, and I was just so blown away at like the conviction he had and how people probably thought he was insane. I'm like, sir, now how could you have been on the rides if the rides aren't built yet? Make it make sense. But he did make it make sense. It was just like, I envision these things. Energy never dies, and energy can be in anything and everything. And it's just such a good way to see the world when you move forward, okay? That was great. It started raining as soon as the meditation began. Oh, yes, perfect background noise. Ooh, we love when rain happens. I'm a rainy day kind of girl. I appreciate the sun. Let me just not neglect the sun, because I do appreciate the sun. I love some rain. Kim, like Walt said, if you can dream it, you can do it. Yes. Michelle, Dr. Wayne Dyer, I love his books, by the way. I think I've read everything that man has ever written. Says to envision it right before you go to sleep and feel it in your body. It'll show up in your dream and then in reality. I love that practice so very much. And you can also use your charm from day 2 to do this practice as well. So if you don't want to do it where you're focusing on the best part of your day, maybe it's just one of those days where it's hard to find the best part of your day because things happen. You can use the magic charm to then hold it to the heart and envision what you would want to see. And you do it right before you go to sleep because you're in a sleepy state, so it's a lot easier for you to access your subconscious mind. And then by the time you go to sleep, that's what's on your mind, and you're almost, it's like picking what movie you want to watch while you go to sleep. Okay? Beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy. So we're all feeling pretty good about the meditation. This makes me happy. Please drink some water. I'm gonna drink some tea because all this energy that we're moving, it's just coming up and it's like sitting here. I'm like, I'm trying to record. It's a whole thing. Beautiful. So we're gonna get ready for the EFT portion of this, okay? And before we do, I'm gonna go over some things for EFT for those that may be new or haven't tapped in before, okay? Tina, I felt like my first desire merged into my second and my third, all connected, because they are all connected. Even if you don't think they're connected, they're coming to and through you. You are the connection. You are the constant variable. They're always connected. And I feel like when we get to that space where we realize that everything is woven together, you're talking about oneness. And it's not just oneness in everyone, in people, but also in the ideas and in the dreams and desires that we cultivate. They all come from the same source, whatever, however you identify it, however you call it, depending on your belief, of course, and honoring your belief. I never want to sound dismissive, and I don't think that I do. But it's important for you to know that these all can come together and weave a beautiful experience just for you. Quite often, anything that we do or experience is a coming together of things, right? This dress is a coming together of silk and lace and sewing string, right? 3 different things came together to make something. It's pretty much, you can think about anything, and it's more than one thing coming together. Even if you're talking about the creation of life, 2 people coming together to create a third. There are 2 or more things. We're all connecting. And I say this saying a lot, but in the Bible, there's a saying, well, when 2 or more are gathered, God is here. And it's really to speak to when 2 minds or 2 spirits come together, we create this access to infinite source in a way in which we're not always able to do on our own because our beliefs, things like that. But when 2 or more gathered, God is near. And God can be love. God can be source. It can be universe, energy, magic, light, whatever you identify with. But when two beings come together on a frequency consciously, not only does it impact them, but it creates this third entity, this access to otherness, to magic, to universal energy, to another frequency. There's so many titles and names for it, but you get access to that. And it's in that access that things start to um, come into fruition, sometimes even faster. That's why people have masterminds. That's why people go into communities, not just because they want to feel seen by someone else or have a space to feel safe, but also it's an intuitive desire in us to come together to create, to call in, to manifest. Okay? Yes, Tina, same alignment moment. I love this. Same with me, Tina. See, again, how many people are agreeing? And you guys probably had different desires completely for each and every one of you, but they all came together because you guys also too have come together and have cultivated a beautiful space for you to have that type of alignment. Like there's always going to be that wonderful affirmation and confirmation in community that I deeply appreciate so much. It's like my dream life. It is. And it's about to be your real life. Simply because you were so good and so clear at dreaming it. Hi Seeds, how are you? Best part of my day lately are these sessions with you magical beings. They're best part of my day too. You guys are up there with my niece and my nephew, okay? Because every time I see them, that's always my best part of my day because they are hilarious and they're so sweet. But you guys are right up there with them, okay? I'm usually at the end of the day like, the session was so good. I'm like, but Parker made a funny joke. So I have two at this moment because it's always that. I always leave this space feeling better, feeling seen. Um, it's just always just such a great experience with you all. I love being here. Much gratitude and blessings to you, Lotus. Oh, thank you for sharing your medicine with us. Thank you so much, Johanna. Yes, snap, 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 Michelle. It's so funny. I was talking to my sister and she said something cool, and I was like, and she was like, "Why are you snapping?" I'm like, oh, "You had to be there. You had to be there." Oh my goodness, it's so funny. Like having inside jokes through lives is perfect. I mean, this is a great way to go throughout the day. I agree, Rohana. I found this platform by divine accident. Look forward to it. Oh, Michelle, I'm so happy you're here. We love you, Lotus. And I love y'all. I hope you guys know this. Like, I genuinely love y'all. Like, I have cried. We have laughed. We have done all the things together. I'm very much myself when I'm here with you all. And it's such a blessing to be able to do that. Hi, John. How are you? Gotta get ready for work. Happy Friday. See you at the next one. Okay, Amy. Sending you so much love. Okay? And happy Friday. I know that's right, Michelle. Yes, have a beautiful day, Amy, and we are wishing you nothing but blessings and that you have a really good day and you can see all the beauty in life, okay?
This is a reminder. Ask for love donations.
Alexa, stop. Thank you. Okay. The second reminder has gone off because you guys know I would not have done it. If you are able to, donate. If something registered for you, if something inspired you, if something clicked today for you, and you have something to give, by all means, you can donate through Insight Timer, or you can donate through different avenues, and I can leave those below. Anything you donate is greatly appreciated because it goes towards my livelihood and paying bills and making sure that I'm able to show up and have the time and energy to do so. So I appreciate it beforehand. And if you're able to just be here with me and just share this time with me, that is also an exchange that I welcome and I receive. Okay? So let me just drop this in here before we jump into the EFT. And then here we go. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And EFT. Okay, so emotional freedom technique or techniques is the art of tapping on ancient acupressure points. I probably sound like a broken record by now for some of you, but for some of you guys, it's your first time here. We're tapping on these points to talk to the body in a language in which it understands, and it's to help us have mind-body connection. So in the mind, we are rewiring neural pathways, and we're talking to the subconscious mind to say, hey, these things that we're tapping on, either I want them to get out of my subconscious mind so I can stop living in a default setting that's not serving me, or these powerful positive affirmations that I am tapping on, let's replace the negative ones with these instead, because I'd rather live on this in autopilot, right? That's what's happening in the head. Then in the body, we're releasing any stagnant energy. And that's by connecting the pathways that we talked about, right? There's no energy blocks, there are energy gaps. So we close the energy gaps in the energy highways that run throughout the body and around the body. And we are also soothing or transforming or just witnessing any trauma that might be stored in the physical body. And in us doing that simple art of tapping, we connect the mind to the body and allow ourselves to regulate our nervous systems, to show up as our fullest selves, to also feel safer. I don't know if anyone has ever struggled with safety, but if you've been doing this consecutively for the past 2 weeks, you may notice that you don't feel as worried about safety anymore. I've had a lot of clients say that. These are people that used to be really fearful to go outside or into certain spaces, and now they're realizing, because they feel more connected and more in tune. Because when you're more in tune and you're more aware of your body and that mind-body connection, you have a bit more discernment about the spaces and places that you will go and interact with, and that does lessen you having unsafe experiences. Because with our aura is 6 feet out in front of us, above us, to the side of us, below us, and in back of us. So when your aura is intact and you are able to witness it and communicate with it, it goes 6 feet in front of you. That's why sometimes you'll walk down a block and you'll be like, let me cross the street. And you don't know why. It's because your aura was just there and was like, this is not going to be good for us. We got to cross the street, right? Or you get this weird sense that someone might be behind you, right? And you turn around and you kind of startle that person too because they weren't expecting that. You're tapped into your aura. And the stronger you allow your aura field to be, the safer you will feel out in the world because you will be tapped in and tuned in. It's almost like having foresight. Okay? Oh, Pamela, thank you so much for donation. Good timing. I was worried Alexa would interrupt the meditation and tapping. That was my fear too, but then I was like, you know what, Source? Let's just go with it and see what happens. We have to really just trust in the information that we get, and it worked itself out, so I'm grateful. Rosemary, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it. Agree, Rahana and others. Lotus is awesome, amazing. Terry, I just saw your name. How are you? Such a wise young soul. I appreciate that. Lotus, also don't forget to ask people to donate their time. Thank you. Yes, if you guys can. Thank you. If you guys have the ability to, later on, if you can go to any one of the tracks that you've listened to or listen to a track or meditation and leave reviews, it would be really helpful. My goal is hopefully to be able to work with Insight Timer more closely to be able to have more experiences for the meditators on this app. So the more reviews, I think the more visibility it provides me as a practitioner. So if you can, maybe you're not able to donate financially, but you're able to donate some time and leave a review. I appreciate it. I respond to all the reviews. That's literally me. It's me with my glasses. Thank you so much for that idea, Terry. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, Caroline, thank you. Carolina, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Okay, beautiful. So we talked about work by accident. I just feel like we're always just, it all works itself out. I love it. Okay, so EFT, we're tapping on those placements because we're trying to connect the mind to the body to strengthen our aura. Also, just for us to have a regulated nervous system because that's how we experience more pleasure and goodness and joy in life. It's very hard to do that when you're dysregulated, okay? It's a somatic practice, and that's part of somatic work is using the body to help to regulate so that you can feel safe in your experience. There are 9 tapping points, and we're going to go over those. But before we do, let's go over the alternative ways to tap. So if you are highly sensitive, I really want you to pay attention to this, okay? I'm literally already feeling the energy moving. It literally happens all the time. When I even do the demonstration, I feel the energy. It's rising. It's just me. Okay, so when you're tapping, you can lightly tap. 1 finger, 2 fingers, all the fingers, it doesn't matter. It's a light tap. We're not harming ourselves, okay? And then you have a pulse where you're not taking your hand off the body. You're just pushing down lightly. Or you can rub, which is super soothing. So if you find yourself in a tender space, you might want to self-soothe by rubbing. And if you're super sensitive and you can sense people's energies or you get overstimulated really fast, then you would hover. You wouldn't touch the body. But there's still positive impact because, again, the energy pathways that we're tapping into run through the body and around the body, right? We have internal, we have our heart aura, and then we also have the aura around us. It's all connected, okay? Okay, beautiful. Let me know if you guys are ready to tap. Please take a big sip of water if you haven't already, and I have my water bottle here, so I'm gonna drink some water with you, and then let me know when you're ready. Just do show of hearts, okay? Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's do this. Rainbow, rainbow. Okay. I'm going to put this here because I don't want it to like get in the way or like my hair to like touch it. I feel like it should be okay. Okay. I really appreciate the different ways of tapping. Depending on the area and the location, different taps feel better. Yeah, and you can modify, right? Like I know for me too, like if I'm rubbing here, this just feels good. You know, if you're rubbing here, it also feels good when I tap. But this sometimes I'm just like I had a day. Right? These are intuitive things that we do, by the way, right? There's always, the body is so fascinating. But yeah, like rubbing here feels really, really good. Also, rubbing here feels really good. Rubbing here feels really, really good. There's different things that you can do. So I love that you're doing a blend. Bentley, you're right on time for EFT, so it worked itself out perfectly. Like literally worked itself perfectly. And I love that you were spending time in your community. That's huge. And how my body feels that day dealing with chronic illness. Beautiful. And I love that you're utilizing that, because any way that you do it, you are also helping your body to move through the chronic illness and discomfort that it provides. And I'm speaking on that purely through experience. Okay? Okay. Even though there's tons of science to back it up, but I like to speak through experience too. I think that's just as valuable. Okay. I feel like this should be okay, y'all, for the recording. I'm just going to try not to move as much. Okay, so if I look a little stiff when I'm tapping, just know it's so that the recording doesn't sound shaky. Okay? All right, let's begin. Okay, let's do this. Thank you, next level. EFT to unblock energy and magnetize your dreams. And we're going to have 2 rounds. The first round is acknowledge blocks and cultivate gratitude. And the second round will be for visualization and gratitude amplification. Okay? Amplification. Okay, let's begin. Side of hand, you can lightly tap, pulse, rub, or hover, and repeat after me. Even though I may feel blocked and uncertain about manifesting my desires, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. We're going to stay here one more time and repeat after me. Even though I may feel blocked and uncertain about manifesting my desires, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Top of head. I acknowledge any blocks or resistance I may have to manifesting my desires. Let me do that one more time. I acknowledge any blocks or any resistance I may have to manifesting my desires. We're going to go to the brow, tap here. I choose to release any doubts or fears that are holding me back. Side of eye. I release any limiting beliefs about my worthiness to receive all of my desires. Under the eye. I am open to receiving abundance and blessings into my life. I'm going to do that one more time. I am open to receiving abundance and blessings in all areas of my life. Under the nose. I release any attachment to how my desires will manifest. Chin. And I trust the process of manifestation. And I remain open in my heart and in my mind to all possibilities. Collarbone. I am grateful for the journey and lessons that I've learned along the way. Under the arm. I release any resistance, any contrast, any doubts or disbelief, and I allow gratitude to overflow freely within me and the life that I live. We're going to move to round 2. Start at the side of hand. Repeat. Even though I may not yet see my desires in the physical, I choose to feel grateful as if they have already happened, already manifested. Top of head. Begin to visualize your first desire as if it's already happening while we're tapping on the crown chakra. Deep inhale, breathing in. Slow exhale, release. And repeat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to the brow. Tap and affirm. I am worthy of my desires and grateful for their manifestations. Beautiful. Let's go to the side of eye and tap and visualize your second desire coming to fruition. Deep inhale, breathing into the lower belly. Slow exhale, release. And repeat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Under the eye, tap here. Tap and affirm. I trust in divine timing. And I remain patient and confident that my desires will unfold. We're going to go to under the nose. Tap and visualize your third desire manifesting effortlessly. Deep inhale in. Slow exhale out. Repeat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Chin. Tap and affirm. I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me and all of the blessings and miracles yet to come. Collarbone. Tap and feel a wave of gratitude wash over you. Let it bring a smile to your face. And as you continue to tap, repeat, thank you, thank you, thank you. Then under the arm, close out our practice by saying, I release any remaining doubts or fears, and I deeply trust in the infinite abundance of the universe, source, God, whoever you call on to. And so it is. Then you can leave your hands in your lap. Give yourself a deep breath, breathing in, filling up the lower belly, expanding to the lower back, filling up the heart, and a slow exhale, softening the shoulders, allowing yourself to bask in this energy of gratitude and possibility. Know that by aligning your energy with gratitude, you're paving the way for the manifestation of your deepest desires. Trust in the process, not in what you're seeing in real time. Stay open to receiving and continue to cultivate a mindset of abundance and gratitude in all areas of your life. And one great way to do that is by using this tapping visualization process to help you do so. Thank you so much for tapping in with me today. Okay. Sherry! Hi, how are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Please let me know how you're feeling below. Please drink some water. I'm gonna drink some with you guys because I definitely have not been drinking enough water. So good. Yay. Wow. Grateful tears. I love this, Nadia. Amy, wonderful. Yes. Michelle, thank you so much. I could totally picture all those manifestations. And I felt like that's why I went to do the meditation first. You know, and I might, when I drop these on Insight Timer, I might do like a part 1, part 2 so people know, like, I think the meditation helps so that you can do the EFT tapping. But then I also want to know, like, if you did it on your own, if you still got the same results. So that's just the practitioner in me. Michelle, feeling good, feeling capable because you are. Sia, Terry, Lotus, that was amazing. It was powerful. I'd love to hear it. H, that felt so great. Thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you, Lotus. Thank you, Bentley. Hema, how are you? Thank you, Lotus. Where will you be posting the recording? That was great. I'll let you repeat it. Okay, so I'm actually going to be working on editing the first 28 because there's 14 meditations and then 14 EFT sessions that are recorded. I'm going to be editing them throughout the weekend to start submitting them to Insight Timer. They'll drop whenever Insight Timer publishes them. That's on their time. I don't have a say, so I can give them an estimate, but let's say they didn't get to my meditation by the time I wanted to drop, which happened with my prayer meditation. I can't do anything about that. Like, I have to wait, essentially. But what I am doing is I am recording the talks, the meditations, and the EFTs on YouTube, and those will be available soon for you guys to like kind of check and run back. I just want to create card stamps for them, and that requires me to sit and go through each day and card stamp them, so it's a little easier if you just want to see the talk, if you just want to do the meditation or EFT. I'm trying to make it organized so that when I do release it, it's easy for you all. So, but it's just me. I'm the only person that works on my company. My sister helps me, but like she has 2 kids. So this coming, I promise, you guys will have access to it very, very soon. Okay? Yes, yes, yes. God is more powerful. I love this. Pamela, feeling inspired, amazing. Yes, Michelle, I think the meditation definitely helped. Right? I do too. I think it just helped to kind of settle in So I think I'm gonna just post it as a part one, part two, because they go hand in hand. Um, the word that got me was worthy. That was a tough one for me. We all suffer from a lack of worthiness, and I feel like the more that we tap on it, the easier it is for us to practice like loving ourselves, practice having our boundaries and things like that. Because ultimately, if we don't feel worthy of having boundaries, of people respecting our spaces, then we're not gonna have that experience, right? So worthy is a very it's a very powerful word. And I know for like a lot of people who may have not had the healthiest relationship with like church life or church culture, worthy was used almost like a weapon in the word of like, you're not worthy without God, you're not worthy without this. And my goal is to just talk about the simple fact that because you exist, you're worthy. We don't have to attach all these limitations to ourselves that we consistently do because of different things that we've inherited throughout life. So if worthy was triggering for you, I don't want you to think that you're the only person that had that experience. I can't tell you how many clients and students I've had over the past years where that one word trips them up so badly. Okay? Hema, that was awesome. Lotus, thank you. Michelle, I think I need to just tap I am worthy at every tapping point. You could do that. There was like this thing I did when I was younger, and it was like a daily challenge. I want to say it was for either 9 days or 7, but essentially every day we had to hop on Instagram and make a video of us just saying, I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy. And we did it for a certain amount of time. I want to say it was like a week or maybe like a week and a half. But it was just helpful being able to just do it. But if you infuse that with EFT, because you can use your favorite affirmations for EFT too. It doesn't have to be a script. I want us to open up the idea that tapping can be what we need it to be for us. I am worthy. I'm so worthy. I'm so worthy. I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of abundance. I'm worthy of good health. I'm worthy of healthy friendships. I'm worthy of healthy family. I'm worthy of it all. If you just go through that, different variations, I am worthy, 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 and have that experience for yourself. And please, again, if you're going to do something that you feel is triggering, you need to drink water before, during, and afterwards, okay? So that way you can properly release the emotions. Yeah, follow your instinct on that. I trust that. I think that's a really good exercise for you, Michelle. And when you do it, if you choose to do it, please let me know so that I can be of support, okay? Um, we had a really powerful and works in real time. Could testify to that. Yes, my niece reached out to me last night. She was one of the people that I sent love and gratitude. Stop! Oh my God, I remember because we were talking about that. Oh, that is so exciting. I'm so excited for you because yesterday we talked about it. We talked about it. How you felt. I'm telling you, it works. It works. Gratitude is so magnifique. That is so amazing. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys had a conversation and you told her, like, I was literally meditating on you because I'm sure that's going to blow her mind. I am genuinely, like, so excited for you, Rahana. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I have to take a picture because I'm just like, I love this for you. Oh my goodness. These are the testimonials where I'm just like, this is when people, they don't realize they're doing something so subtle. They think it's just like, oh, I'm sitting with myself for a few minutes and talking to myself through a guided meditation. Now I'm tapping on these acupressure points. Like, no, you are cultivating change in your life. This is literally a testament to how energy works. Literally, energy can permeate any type of relationship, any type of situation. And all you have to do is be open to receiving it. Oh, I love this for you. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. I love how we're all celebrating you in the comments, like, woo! Amy, yes, we'd love to do that one again. Your words created a cosmic stream of gratitude for us all to relax in. Thank you, Amy. Things are happening. We don't need to work so hard. We don't need to work so hard. I'm a big person on that. I get into a lot of trouble with that. A lot. You know, this is why I kind of stopped speaking on panels and things like that, because I am not a believer in hard work. And I know it triggers a lot of people when we say that. I'm a believer in being smart in the way that we work and trusting in our energy and our intuition when we work. Also allowing for more play than we do work, because that's how we really streamline success in our lives. And I know this to be true because literally all of the people that we look up to, the mentors and things like that, they have a season where they're like, I worked my butt off and I got burnt out. It was crazy. And then they had this, come to light moment, and they realize that it's about enjoyment. It's about taking care of yourself. It's about experiencing pleasure. It's about enjoying what you have and not being on this hunt for more, more, more. It's not about hustle and grind. It's about harmony and grace. All the top dogs know this. Okay, this is not nothing new. This is a true statement. So yes, simple things, just 10 minutes a day. Our meditations haven't been longer than 15 minutes, by the way, and the tapping sessions are less than 10 minutes. So if you even did one of each every day, that's less than 30 minutes a day, where you're getting to realign your energy, you're soothing your nervous system, you're connecting your mind to your body, you're clearing out your mind of anything that doesn't serve you, you're clearing out the traumas that have been holding you back in less than 30 minutes. And to be quite honest, tapping can be done in a shorter amount of time, because you guys see how I do my tapping rounds when I'm just doing one affirmation. It doesn't have to be forever, but it does change you forever. Okay? Uh, yes. Hamla, I've been so overwhelmed with the demanding job. I can imagine. I can imagine. Terry, I'm a believer in living a life of ease. We're on the same page. I found my people. I've done the work hard, hustle, grind, no sleep, nobody cares mentality. And did I win a lot of awards? Did I do a lot of things? Yeah. I mean, I was successful regardless, but I genuinely believe I have a mindset that I will be successful regardless. So I don't think it necessarily matters what I do, but I enjoy my life more being in ease. There's less illness, there's less conflict, there's less uncertainty in the sense of like, who can I trust, or should I be doing this or not. I feel so much more liberated working from, or being in, coming from a place of ease, as opposed to working really, really hard. Because when we work really hard, that means you're neglecting something in your life, because you're hyper fixated on one thing. So you're probably not taking care of your health, or you're probably not taking care of your home life, or you're probably not taking care of your financial health, or you're not taking care of like your friendships or your loved ones, because you're so hyper fixated on getting to this one goal by any means necessary. And that is going to create a lopsided life. And that's why a lot of times when people do hit that goal, they feel super unsatisfied in life, because life ebbs and it flows. But if we're not doing these extreme highs and these tragic lows all the time, and we can get to a space where we're regulating our nervous system, we're still ebbing and flowing, but the ebbs are not that bad. And the flows are just as beautiful, right? And there's a concept to that called the infinity symbol. And we can talk about that in depth. I actually have a podcast episode dedicated to the understanding of that, of how you have to work in the infinity flow, because it's a never ending cycle of energy. And when you can accept both the highs and the lows, you start to minimize them and get to this path of it's like living in the middle is the concept, and it's from The Untethered Soul, Michael Singer. But essentially, you get to a space where you can have this sense of gratitude for both the good things and the not so good things in life. But also, too, the not so good things are not as heavy as they once were. They level themselves out. That's also part of a regulated system. Because also, like, being extremely happy to the point of mania is not healthy either. Just as it is not healthy to be like super depressed and heavy. Like, you want to find that middle ground. That is what's going to allow you to have a fullness of life. So that's just there. Yes, dig that, Lotus. Yes, Michelle. Harmony and grace. Yes, I have grinded for decades, and that's not it. It's not. It's ghetto. I don't approve. I would never tell y'all to do that. I've had people really be like, I cannot believe you said that on stage. And I'm like, I said what I said. I said what I said. And you don't have to listen to me, by the way. Like, you don't have to accept this. I just know that if I'm going to be in a space, I'm going to encourage you to rest. I'm going to encourage you to take care of yourself. I'm going to encourage you to go play with your inner child. I'm going to encourage you to go on a trip. Go enjoy your life. I will always encourage that type of behavior, because I know that it's what's going to feel rewarding for you in the end. You're going to feel satisfied with life. And I want you to be satisfied in life. I don't want you to have this longing for like something more, Be happy right now. Yes. Anna, I love that. Harmony and grace, go easy on yourself. Go easy on yourself, please. The world is already trying to be hard on you. Why would you add on? Like, you got to be your own safe space, Of course, harmony and grace will bring peace. Yes. Hustle and grind brings problems. It just does. It just always does. It's never solved problems for me. It's just created more. Have an endless to dos. Yes, Rihanna's comment triggers something like a release and a shift from feeling overburdened even after meditating, etc. And remembering the things that have worked out for me this week. And I love that. I love that you had that shift. And I love that we're sharing and we're having these testimonies because look what they're doing for each other. They're inspiring others. They're having aha moments for others. We're clicking together as a community. It's the purpose of the practice. This is exactly why I wanted to do this with y'all. This is exactly why. Because this is filling up my heart. Like my heart feels like it's on fire in the best way possible. Like literally, if you could feel it right now, it is blazing right here. But I also know that it's like this, I feel ignited by this conversation of like, yes, not only is it affirmation and validation for me as a practitioner, like I listened to source and I gave the space to hold for us all to have incredible experiences. But as a person, I'm really in awe of like, reminder for me too. Things are working out. Are there things that are not working out? Technically, no, but let's say that there are things that are working out. It's not going to overshadow the things that are unless I decide so. Things are working out. Things are working out. Even with the world in chaos, things are still working out. And that belief gives me hope that everything will find its place in harmony, will find its place in grace. And if I can contribute to that global energy by keeping myself in that space of harmony and grace, I know the impact of my energy and what it can do, you know? Amy, I work way too hard on my own healing, but it's happening right now. Why would I want to rush this? Exactly. This right now is so full, so much juicy goodness. Yes. If my healing was done yesterday, I would not be seeking this out. Have missed this. Yes, Amy, exactly. It's a continuous process. Yes, Hema, you know, you're getting love. You're always getting love. You're always getting love. And I appreciate you for being so vulnerable. Liberation. Good word, Lotus. Liberation is a goal for me. I feel like it should be a goal for everyone. We should all feel free. We should all be liberated in mind, body, and spirit. And the truth is, when we can start to practice liberation for ourselves, we feel so good and we understand, like, oh, yes, you become passionate enough to endure to do it for others. Okay? We can't have one without the other. Michelle, talk it. Nia, that was a good book. The Untethered Soul. It is a really good book. Been binging on your podcast episodes, many gems. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I've podcast forever, and I'm rebranding it this year. And it's always so. I didn't realize I did so many episodes, but yeah, you'll see my growth as a person, as a practitioner in the podcast as well, which I think is really cool to reflect on. Terry, I'm a native New Yorker. Whoop whoop. Same here. That living that life made me sick. Same here. Yes, Terry. Yes. Yes, New York City tends to stress out native New Yorkers in a way. We don't see the same magic that y'all see when you guys are like visiting or moving there. We have a different experience. I still love my city though. I'm still very proud, but it is chaotic. Dawn, you are fresh air. Dawn, how are you? I really need this wisdom this morning. I'm so happy you received it, Luis. I went through a fashion industry phase. Same. Oh, that's so funny. And worked 18 to 19 hours a day for free. I got a free lunch. What? When you start thinking about the way we were interning when we were younger, I was like, this is giving unhinged. Where were the regulations involved? You know? And then I can see why people, when they get older, like, not you asking for payment, I did this for free. And it's like, well, you shouldn't have been going through that either. Like, that should have never been acceptable. Let's not push that on the kids anymore. You know? Like, let's just learn from how uncomfortable that was to be giving 2/3 of our day to someone to eat a plate of food. Like, yes, same thing, fashion industry. I used to be a model and then I became a creative director and I spent all my time doing it. It's why I actually stepped away from modeling. And even though I'm doing a photo shoot today, it's because it's for my hairstylist and she's like my baby sister. It is an act of love because I do not willingly go into that space simply for that reason. So yes, facts. Things are always working out. Got it, Smo. Terry, so I left the country to live a life of ease. Yes. Oh my gosh, Terry, can you like DM me? Because I would love to ask you some questions on that. Because I've moved out of the country here and there, but I would like to make that a longer process for me personally. And I always get tripped up on how to do it. Hema, I work in the humanitarian sector. Okay, things are working out is a strong and necessary choice. Yes, because Humanitarian efforts, whew, it's such a big concept and there's a lot of energy involved. It's not just your concept, it's generational energy involved too. And I think people forget that energy again never dies. It's not just what you're feeling. Sometimes what you're feeling is what your mother felt or what your grandmother or your great grandmother felt, and it still lives in the body. That's when we talk about the understanding of epigenetics, right? Like it lives within us. Sometimes the rage I sense and feel is not my own, but I am a vessel and a conduit of my lineage. These are things to keep in mind, right? Yes, but I am also too. There is still power in me being the physical representation of my lineage. So I do have the ability to shift that. It doesn't mean just because it's been that way for generations that it has to continue to be that way. And we can talk about that in detail later on. I have a story of me realizing that my family lacked self love. The women in my lineage struggled with it, and it stopped with me. Once I was able to pick up on what was happening, I was like, oh, we're not doing that no more. We loving ourselves. Period. That's what's going on. And I dedicated my life to making sure that I could love myself because I saw what it did to my mom. I saw what it did to my grandmother, my great grandmother, and I refused to do that. That's also how we honor our elders and our ancestors. It's all intertwined, okay? Oh my God, Terry Lotus, I'm not from NYC, but I've been living here for a few years and it's exhausting. Hema, just, this is what I can give you because I live in Philly now. Even though it's still a city, it's such a slower based city. It's a smaller city. It's not as overwhelming. I get it. You're not alone. You're not alone. Working to feed ourselves. Isn't that strange? So weird, Tina. It's weird energy. Doesn't make sense. Oh, Lotus, right? We love our city, but I laugh when people say to me it's amazing. And I think NYC is not really all that. I be like, look, no blasphemy about where I was born and raised. I do think it's an incredible city and I've learned so much. And I have a level of grit to me that I think can only come from being born and growing there. But also like unhealthy, very unhealthy, very problematic. I could be honest. Terry, where do you live now? I'm seriously considering moving out of the U.S. Goddess Mo, we need to create a group chat then because I'm right there with you. Eats and Flow, Tina. Yes, yes, yes. Wow, I just said things are working out once a day. I would be in a whole new vibration. I would say go for it. See how it works out for you. Yes, please do. Yes, thank you, Terry. I just left NYC after 10 years. Very happy. Tina, I'm right there with you. And Philadelphia is still a crazy city. There's still chaos happening here. But for some reason, it's like a breath of fresh air for me. And I just take it out as I can take it. Okay? I'm a UK transplant in NYC. Been here for 15 years. Tourism is definitely nicer than living here. Yeah, it is. I don't blame you. It's okay. I'm very honest about my city. Yes, learn so much from NYC. I think we all do. NYC is to learn lessons, baby. Not necessarily to live life. But it's good for learning lessons. Lotus, you're right about the grit in New York. Yes, I can always tell when I'm in New York. You can just tell. We just have an energy about us. And people often think that we're mean, but I'm like, have you lived in New York City though? Have you lived in the city? It's not meanness. It's just like we're direct. We have somewhere to be. We really are super friendly. Like, New Yorkers are really kind people. We just show our kindness in a different way. Okay, beautiful. Heading out. Michelle, sending so much love and light. Have a great day. School of Life, Fast Track. Yes, Tina. Yes, absolutely. I lived there for 2 years and 3 in Jersey. It definitely teaches you lessons. It's a place to live. And, you know, that's a part of life. Sometimes you got to learn lessons in life. Sometimes you get to live the life. And my goal and my hope is that you get to live the life through these practices, no matter where you're at. Hopefully you'll be able to tap in and see the beauty in any space that you're in. All right, y'all. I love y'all so very, very much. I didn't even realize we were coming on to like 2 hours, which is crazy. Before we log out, my last time to do it, because I don't think I have it set, because I think it's supposed to be done. But if you're able to donate anything today, please feel free to leave a donation. I'll leave the alternatives here for you on the bottom. Please make sure that you join the email list. It's in my link as on my profile as a teacher for you guys to be able to do that. And if you're unable to donate any type of monetary exchange, that's completely fine. You know that that's not a big deal to me. But if you can, thanks to Terry, because this is an amazing alternative, if you can leave a review on my teacher profile page, that would mean a lot to me too. That also helps. So whichever way you can give in exchange, do so. If you can do both, that's even more amazing. I'm going to leave this here for you all. And then tomorrow is day 14. We are going to be on tomorrow. Day 14, it's our halfway celebration. So It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's focusing on having a magical day. We did a magical morning, but now we're going to talk about how we can cultivate that energy throughout the entire day. Okay? Here we go. And I thank you all in advance for spending so much time with me. It really means so much. Okay? Yes, 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 exactly. Isn't yeah? New York City is super dysregulated. You're not wrong, Emma. Like, you're not wrong at all. I'm sorry to miss the weekend. Don't worry, Michelle. I have a yoga workshop. Ooh, please let us know how that goes. I would love to hear about it on Monday. Oh, on Tuesday, because on Monday I have to teach in New York City. But don't worry. We'll also there's always the opportunity to do the True Thankfulness EFT in the group on Insight Timer. And for anyone else, I'm just gonna drop these here. Just take a screenshot, guys. Okay. This is the IT group. Okay. And then for the podcast, and then to find me anywhere else. Okay, there we go. Beautiful, Terry. So welcome. Thank you for the suggestion. That's actually really helpful because people have always wondered, like, well, what can I do if I can't give money? You can give a review. It doesn't take any time, and it really does help me so much, and I appreciate that. Yes, I definitely will have. I will definitely let y'all know when I do some events in New York City for sure. Okay. I love you guys so much. Please have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'll see whoever I can see tomorrow. Okay, we'll be on for tomorrow, and Spirit Hour happens on Sunday at 5 a.m. for those that want to do weekly intention setting and just kind of decompress as a caregiver or a practitioner. I do that during ancestral hours on Sunday. So you'll get that invitation, everything in the email. So please make sure you are signed up. And if you feel like you signed up and you didn't get anything, you can always send me a direct message with your email, and I have manually been putting them in. Okay? Love you all.